It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So SMU's offense will go to work first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible.
There he goes! Smacks it with the stiff arm. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
They'll keep it on the ground. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Man, you are rolling the dice every time you throw this guy's way. He is one of the best corners in the entire country. Everybody has their eye on him every single game. He does a great job breaking on that ball and forcing the incompletion.
Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
In offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
He's got it on the run. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Moving away from pressure. Touchdown, SMU! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Gray. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. Jesse, we don't get many of these types of runners anymore, it seems, but this offense is built around a guy who can carry the ball 30, 40 times if they need it.
And he is every defensive coordinator's nightmare because it's only a matter of time with this guy before he's going to break the long run. He has incredible vision, he can cut, and it's the game-breaking speed, David, that makes him truly unique.
Yeah, and he sets the tone, man. More guys are going to be committed to stopping him in the run game. It sets the tone for the offense. It opens up everything else. It starts and ends with him.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. No.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, NC State.
This quarterback is so unique, and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And he tacks on the extra point. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. The run from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to pass on second down. Got his man in the middle. Turning it on. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Mustangs will hustle to the line. Third down play from the gun. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Mustangs decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Floats it out in space. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break them.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robbins. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Anger. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. Trying to get it to the marker. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, how about that stick at the end? Nice job sticking the big tight end, making sure he doesn't get that first down. That's how you play physical defense. That's how you make him remember those tackles later in the game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
I know one thing, the play didn't result in a good outcome, but I'm very impressed with the offensive line. Unbelievable job. Gave the quarterback plenty of time. Now let's see if they can adjust with the receivers running routes and maybe get somebody open.
That's caught. It's Anger. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
NC State has to come up with a big play on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Robbins. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
NC State will line up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. It's third and goal and third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Going right to work up top. Got his man on the outside. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Well, the offense is trying to get aggressive, and they're trying to hit the corner route, but just better coverage on the back end by the defense knocking that one away.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Galladay. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the 1st down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got 1st down. Let's go fast.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
He's in open space downfield, and he'll slide after picking up the 1st down. Boy, I really wasn't expecting a run there. Most teams in that situation look for the quick pass to pick up the 1st down.
No doubt, because you drop your quarterback, you can throw the ball really quickly, or he can take off and run the football. So a little bit more one-dimensional when you run the football, but if you do it successfully, it worked.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Mustangs line it up with a 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quickly complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
He'll bring it out. It's great. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught close to the marker. It's Hills. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Pulls it in. It's Hills. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard from these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
Looking for a big gain. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun on third down. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Just keep slinging it. Got his man out of the backfield. Brings him to the open. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. Looking to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged out of the air. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Gets down with the slide. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass. Under fire. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket, yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it, can't throw the football, can't follow through with his arm.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Gray. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Cook. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Wants to go up top. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. He'll pull it on the read. Makes one man miss. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more.
He lobs one high down the left side. It's a mid-stride inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. To the air on 2nd down. Trying to find the end zone. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Leaves it with the back. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Pittsburgh was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen in the Steel City over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points.
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. The sure hands. It's Thomas. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Galladay.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. The snap sets up to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Galladay. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. They'll make the tackle, force the 4th down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the 1st down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
Lost a throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Gandy. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Looking for space. It's Galladay. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, SMU! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Coming out with it, it's Gray. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Doug.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Off play action. Running into the open space. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Well, it's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed. You know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back. Get it into his hands quickly. Let him go pick up the first.
Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Gets the back moving. Dumps it off in the flats. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Nice move to pick up yardage. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
And back to the air on second down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. This drive will open from the 15. Running back searching for a hole. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a second down play. The play action fake. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll go to the ground. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. And he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll send the back in motion. Going to swing it on second down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Mustangs will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the ground game. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Grab behind the line. It's Cook. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Offense in a bunch formation. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
You got to give it to this defense, too, because they know they've got to get off the field. They need the ball back, and they know the offense is going to run it. So getting more bodies close to the line of scrimmage and the big fellas up front winning the one-on-one battles, that's been the big key to them. Only allowing a couple yards here on these last 2 plays.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Quarterback on the keeper. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Jukes his way for more. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block it.
Going to try to get it himself. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tony.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. There he goes. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Illegal block.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking for space. It's Galladay. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. The give to the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The give to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Mustangs are on the move. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. It'll be 3rd and long. And they'll take a knee. And the Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Well, no big surprise here in the fourth quarter. The defense expecting pass, and that's why they've got extra DBs on the field. It's almost like a prevent look. Everybody back there staring at the QB. Going to be hard to throw into that. Obviously, the ball falls incomplete.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, looking to pass. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. Fourth down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.